So again, I asked you to kind of finish up, I think, 1 through 10. Now, the ones that we set up, does anybody have any questions after going back and trying to solve them? All right. So, how did we set up number 9? Carter, go. Number 9. Do you not know how to do it or not? Okay, say. Yeah, but again, in this particular problem, I'm looking at boys and girls, so I don't mind saying, yeah, I don't mind saying B plus G. And I don't care if you use X plus Y, but there's just some letters I don't like using. Right, S, I just don't use those. All right, so for me, there were 158 members, so I feel like it was easy to put B plus boys plus the girls total 158. I don't think that was that hard. Then the next step was there are 16 more boys than girls. So what is that equation? What do you think?
G plus 15 equals B. I mean, yeah, G plus 15.
You mean 16?
Yeah.
There's 16. Listen, guys, here's important. There are 16 more boys than girls. So I need a second equation. What is it?
G equals B plus 16. G equals B minus 16.
Okay, but I'd rather you say what?
16.
Wow. What? There are 16 more boys. So the boys, right, are the girls plus 16. I'm not sure you're right, but you know what I mean? Because they're saying more than, I'm hoping you would just do addition. Now look, guys, I don't know if it can be easier than that. I just don't know. Right? There's a total of 158 people, and there are 16 more boys than girls. What?
So why are you adding 16 to the girls and 16 to the boys?
Okay, so now very important. So again, these are on a lot of standardized tests. So let me explain this to you. All right, if I said there was one girl, then how many boys would there be? Shh. Using this formula, this is what I'm asking. I'm trying to show you. There would be 17 boys. So does that equation work? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because there are 16 more boys than girls, sometimes kids make a mistake and they think 16 more boys than girls would be B plus 16. But you see the logic, right? It's not. That's what I'm telling you. You have to be careful on that. All right? The boys right here is being compared to the girls. There are 16 more boys than girls. Now, like I said, I can't help you on that. You have to look up there and say, wow, that seems a little backwards. But it makes sense. If you're ever not sure, I always tell kids you can just plug in a number for G or for B and see if it works out the right way. In this case, I let there just be G equal 1, and that told me that the boys were 17 using this formula right here. Now it's just set up as a what? Set up now as a substitution, right? Wherever I see a B, I just put what? G plus 6. So here we go. So G plus 6 plus G equals 158. Come on now. Now we're solving it out. So what's... Yeah, I just accidentally erased that. Thank you. Now, G plus G is what? 2G plus 16 equals 158. So 2G is equal to what? Good. 142. So G is equal to 71. So there must have been 71 girls. Yes, ma'am. Go. Did we substitute in or not? Right? Didn't we put, wherever I see a B, I put what? G plus 16. Agreed? So now you're good. So now, if there are 71 girls, right? Plug 71 in here. What's 71 plus 16? So the boys would be what? 87. Now add 87 plus 71. What did you get? 158. Is that what it's supposed to do? Yeah. And is there 17 different between them? Yeah, there's 17 more. Yes. I'm not sure. What do you mean, what did we just do? To solve for B, do you not know how to solve for B?
We did add 15.
That's right. Because the boys are the girls. That's right. Yes, that's it. Thank you. That's it. Yes, sir. Say that again. How many boys are there? Not in total. How many boys are there? And how many girls are there? You see what I'm saying? I mean, I understand your question, right? It's saying how many boys and how many girls. All right, you good on that? All right, so let's see what you did on number 10. All right, Jack, did you set that up?
Well, I did it with I did that 56 is 29 and 36.
No. I know. Listen, I can make the numbers harder. This is what you guys are not understanding. I'm just teaching you a process right now of how to solve system of equations. I promise you, the numbers can be very difficult. There's going to be times when on the test where you're going to be able to just say, I know the answer because I can guess and check. I could probably guess and check on every single one of these and get it right. I don't care about that. I really don't. Right? We're learning a process of how to solve problems, or I'm given two variables. That's what we're doing. All right, that's what I want you to do. And you, frankly, are smart enough to write those two equations out. All right? So if Kathy walks for 2 hours and rides a bike for 1 hour, she can travel 36 kilometers. What does that mean? I mean, how do I write that as an equation? I know what it means. How do I write it as an equation? What is she doing? Walking and biking. So what variables could we use? Right, so if she's walking for 2 hours and biking for 1 hour, she can travel what? 36 kilometers. If she what? So what's the equation? 2w plus 2b equals what? Guys, I'm mystified by why some of you are sitting there staring at me going, what are you talking about? Everybody okay with that? Now this I think is kind of easy because we just multiply the top by what? Let's multiply the top by -1. So I end up with -2w minus 1b equals -36. So she's biking at what? B equals 20, right? And in this case, we could say 20 kilometers per what? She's biking at 20 kilometers per hour. So if she's biking at 20 kilometers per hour, she must be walking at what? Plug that in right up here. So what would that be? Ian, what are we doing? I'm asking you guys specific questions, man. You guys are just sitting here today. Yeah. So what? I'm listening. Okay, that's why I asked you. I can't hear you. All right. So what's the answer? I'm waiting for someone else. I just feel like everybody's writing down the answers. That's what I feel like. All right, it doesn't matter. W equals 8 kilometers per hour. This is so painful. I just don't think it's that difficult. I mean, after I set up the equations, you guys at least should be able to tell me what the answer is based off of what we've done on the last test. What? All right, let's try the next one. Thank you. All right, let's see how we're doing. Good for you, buddy. Give it a shot. Thank you. Q plus D equals what? How many quarters and dimes do you have? Yeah, right. Come on, just say it. You listen to me. I'm much more comfortable with you saying something wrong instead of just sitting there writing down the answers as we're going. This is what I'm trying to tell some of you. If all you're doing is writing down the numbers and writing down the problems as we're going, it's not helping. It really isn't. All right, give it a shot. I mean, there's 38 quarters and dimes. Does that one sound familiar to anything we've done in the past?
Yeah, you did that yesterday.
Wow, if we just scroll back a little bit, we talked about, wow, a collection of 77 quarters and dimes. All right, so we did something very similar to this. All right, now, we got to be careful now. If she had twice as many quarters, all right, if she had twice as many quarters, she would have $11. So this one I can understand. So what would I do for that? Okay, so look, I like that. All right, so you had to double the quarters, right? So now if I double the quarters, that would be 2Q plus D equals 11. I like what you said. However, this right here is now money. That's not quantity. So what's a quarter worth? Right, so I have to come over here now. Here's the tricky part. And like I said, this one I can understand a little issue on. The last one I felt we could have done better. A quarter is worth 0.25 cents, and a dime is worth what? 10 cents. Does that make sense? This is how many, and this right here is your what? Value. But what do I have to do? What did I have to do to the quarters before I could write the equation? Multiply by what? No, not yet. Because it gives specifically if there were twice as many quarters. So you had to double the amount of quarters that you have. You with me? So I put 2Q down. You all right, Carly? All right, now's the time, guys. Thomas, what? Where at? On the top? On what equation? Well, because we're now figuring out how much money they're worth. So I have quarters and dimes. A dime is worth 10 cents and a quarter is worth 25 cents. You hear me? And then this is $11. And sometimes that's helpful to put the dollar sign in. All right, so now if I simplify this down here, I would have, does everybody agree? 0.5Q plus 0.1D equals 11. Do you have any issues with that? What? Good. What's 2 times 0.25? You're okay with that now, right? Yeah, you can put 0.50 and 0.10, but it's just more. You know what I mean? And that's totally fine. Right? So now, thank you for that. Now, Q plus D equals 38, right? All right, so now someone's going to tell me how I can solve this. And then we're going to move on. Joseph, what do I have to do? Nope. Miss Pliego, what do I do? No, can't add them. What do I do?
We multiply by them and 5.
Very, very good. But now,
Or negative.
yes, wow, well, that's what I'm telling you. All right, finally, fussing is paid off. Seriously, I shouldn't have to fuss at you. You should want to get smarter. Multiply the bottom by negative 0.5 because I want the Q's to do what? Cancel. Now we have calculators, right? This is homework. Tonight, no, this is homework. I must help you set them up because I feel like that's the hard part. Do you agree with me? And now tonight you have to go finish them. All right, everybody's got to finish 11. All right, let's look at 12. All right, everybody read 12 because 12 is kind of confusing. Not too hard. All right, equation number 1. All right, Leighton, let's hear it, Leighton.
Say O equals C plus 30.
Yes, yes. Now, I don't really like O. Do you agree? L, Livia. Let's just call her Livia. Livia has what? 30 more than what? So Carl plus 30. So now I check myself. If Carl had $10, Livia would have how much? 40. Come on, right? Do I agree? So is our equation correct? Yes, because Olivia is 30 more than Carl. Everybody see what I did? All right, so now we got that done. Please participate. All right, I promise you, even if you miss every one, as long as you're participating, you're getting smarter. All right, now, again, please pay attention. If they each had $7 less. So how much does Olivia have now if she has $7 less? What? No. Say it. Go. No. No. How much does Olivia have if she has 7 less? Nope. Tell him. No. It's not a number. Tell us, Thomas. Good. Thank you. Wow, Thomas, how's it feel? All right, participate. It helps. I promise it helps. All right? And again, everything you said is okay, even if it was wrong. All right, you're getting smarter if you participate. You can't sit there and write the answers. When you take a word problem test, it's all word problems. I have kids just leave class crying because they didn't do a single problem. Because they never participated in class. And they watch me do it and say, wow, that's pretty good, man. I got this. That was easy. Another easy one. You have to try. All right? So, Livia has how much? L minus 7. Thank you again for that. And then Carl would have what? No. C minus 7. That is correct. If they each had $7 less, Livia has L dollars, Carl has C dollars. If they both gave away $7, Liv would be L minus 7, and Carl would be C minus 7. Did I agree with that? Come on. Are you in the game?
So,
Now, I've done nothing except answer this question. I know, I'm stopping you, but I want to make sure you're hearing me. Just a quick second. And this is what I try to teach kids about breaking things down. I read this part first, and I answered that question.
so that question has nothing.
Now I'm going to continue. No, you're right, 100%. This we already wrote an equation for.
So you just
Now I'm trying to write the second equation. All right? Then it says, what do I do? Add them together, because it says the sum of their funds. So I would add them together. And what would that be? How did you get that? Read it. Would be what? Huh? Equals L. That is it. Now, again, I'm going to tell you something, guys. I mean this. That's hard. All right, that was hard. Now, after you see it, hopefully you're going, well, okay, it was kind of hard, but we managed. All right? What? Well, because here, look. It says, if they each had $7 less, so remember, L is how much Olivia had. You agree with that? C is how much what? Is what Carl has. Carl has right now. Right? So, if they each had $7 less, Olivia now would have what? L minus 7. And Carl would have what? C minus 7. The sum of their funds would be the amount Olivia has. You agree with that? You see it? I'm totally okay with that. I know you're trying. Okay? So let's do it one more time. Let me see if I can say it one more time. So, do you understand, for example, and I'm going to make up a problem for you, all right, just because this is how I learned to figure things out if I didn't understand something. Let's say Olivia had $100, then technically Carl would have what? $70 technically, right? Based on that, right? So now if they each had $7 less, how much would Olivia have? And then Carl would have what? 63. Do you agree with that? So now it says, if I add these up, that would be how much Olivia has. That's what that means. You see what I'm saying? No, that's because those weren't good numbers. Those weren't good numbers. Do you see that? Right? So I would be way off. Right? So I'd have to go down lower. All right? So let me see something now. All right. Now let's see if I can solve this problem out. Now that I think you understand that, right? All right. So, guys, now what I have to do is I have to simplify this equation over here. So what is -7 and -7? -14. So this is L plus C minus 14 equals L. Wow. This problem is actually kind of easy.
Yeah.
Because what happens to the two L's in the second equation? What do I do? They could cancel out, right? So now I have C minus 14 equals what? So Carl was how much? How much money did Carl have? 14, right? So does everybody agree Carl would have $14? So if Carl had 14, then Olivia would have what? Then Olivia would have what? 44. Now I'm going to show you something, but tell me.
So how do you, like, it doesn't say, oh, never mind.
Okay, good for you. All right. Now listen to me, guys. Hold up and listen to what I'm saying. Now I want you to really pay attention and concentrate on what I'm saying now, because I think I can explain it much better now. All right, because now I have an answer, right? So Olivia was 44 and Carl was what? 14, right? So it says if I take $7 from both of them, how much would Olivia have? 37. And how much would Carl have? 7. If I add these two up, it'll be what Olivia had. Isn't that tricky? It's very tricky. Very tricky. All right. That's what I'm saying. I'm appreciate, and I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm trying to be honest. Usually I say things are easy, but setting these up are kind of what? Hard. If you don't practice, you're not going to get it. And then you're going to be upset when you take your last test. You're not very good. You have to try. You have to try. And if all you're doing is sitting writing down my answers as we're going, you're in trouble. You should be trying. All right? Appreciate Thomas. Noah's up here giving a good shot. All right? Everybody should be. Everybody. All right? If you're not, I'm telling you, you're going to be upset with yourself after we get back from Thanksgiving when I say, okay, here's the test on word problems. And all that's on the test are 10 word problems. And you got to figure it out on your own. All right? Here we go. Let's try 13. Set it up. That's a great job. Now, I don't have to go any further on this, right? Does everybody understand how simple that is, right? You can just add them together. Hello? Everybody hear me on that, right? I don't need to, that's something you do tonight. That's something you do tonight. Is that good or not good? Because you have how many variables? 2. You have 2 unknowns. This is the sum of 2 numbers. Do we know what? You with me? We don't. There could be any. They could be equal. They could be different. There's all different kinds. All right. So we have no idea. All right. So that's a good job. All right. Now, I think this now is our 3rd time on this. I think it's our 3rd time. So I think everybody should be able to set 14 up. You want to set it up? All right. But I want everybody to have about 30 seconds. I want to put pause here. I want everybody to set up 14 quickly. If I set up 14, then we're going to let Yosef tell me. I can't hear you. N plus D equals. Are these, listen to me now, is that the value or is that the quantity? No. Why is it, you know what I'm saying when I say quantity and value? Like if I said how many quarters do you have in your pocket, that would be a what? Quantity, right? It's how many. The value is if I had 5 quarters in my pocket, I would have what? $1.25. So right now, when you say N plus D, you are simply telling me the amount of nickels and dimes that we have. How many are there? 27. Perfect. So N plus D equals 27. Again, that's a quantity. All right, we're adding up our nickels and dimes, and I have 27 of them. All right, now, if you made a correction, now make a correction on the next one. So now we're doing the value of your coins. I'm listening loud and proud. Speak up, I cannot hear you. So you have a nickel. What's the value of a nickel? 5 what? How do I write 5 cents? Nope, that would be a half a dollar. What would it be? Shh, put your hand down. He's brilliant. He's got this. Yes, 0.05. You understand what I'm saying? Right? If you put 0.5 down by accident, all right, that's 50 cents.
Oh, come on.
All right, not 5 cents. So now, the amount of nickels you have is what? The value. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say 0.05n? What that means is if I have 10 nickels in my pocket, to figure out the value, I would just multiply 10 times 0.05. Do you agree? All right. Now you got to do the dimes. What would the dime be? Plus, come on, 0.10 what? Equals. Now you understand what I'm talking about, right? This up here, watch, is the money. You hear me? This right here is the money. This right here is the money. This right here is the money. That's what we're talking about. These represent how many coins you have. You hear me? Everybody, third time we've done that problem. You should be getting a little better. All right? Every single time. So here we go. Back up a little bit. So now, do I have to go any further, or what do I do to solve this problem, Yosef? I can't hear you. Multiply by what? You're trying to eliminate a variable. Okay, what type of 5? Is this a 5? Yes, come on, Yosef. Negative 0.05. Now listen. Hey, I admire the struggle. You hear me? So don't let me do all the work. You do the work. The third time we've done the problem. A little bit better. Next time we have a coin problem, you're going to what? You're going to get it right. All right? Who has a problem with that? Anybody? All right. Let's let the fun continue. Number 15. Read it. Wow, all of that. Looks complicated, right? It's, if you draw a figure, it helps. If you draw a figure, it helps. So here we go. The side of a square house. So what are we going to draw? A square. That's what we're going to do. So I'm drawing a square house. Uh-oh. Everybody can draw a square house that is 24 feet long. So everybody's going to put 24, 24, 24. Not necessary, but we're going to. Everybody go with that? All right. Now it says the house is located on a lot which is 50 feet longer than it is wide. Can we understand what your house that you live in is on a lot, probably? Right, that means that's how much property you own. And lots are generally in what shape? More of a rectangle. It's possible to be in a square, but most of the time it's in a what? It's in a rectangle, right? So I'm going to draw a rectangle. All right? Now, I'm going to slide this over because it says the house is located on a lot. Does everybody agree? So here we go. So now I'm going to draw my lot. And here is my lot. Right? It doesn't say where to put the house, but it just says the house is on the lot. And it's 50 feet longer than it is wide. It's 50 feet longer than it is wide. So this right here, do I know what that is? Do I know what this is? No. But if I call this X, then this down here would be what? What would it be? Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. But it says specifically, guys, the house, it's 50 feet longer than it is wide. So if I say this is W, then what's this length right here on the side going to be? How much? No. 50 plus what? Yeah, but, okay. So, yeah, I'm trying not to confuse you. But here's what I'm saying. If we know, all right, here's what I'll do. Because I was trying to make it a little bit easier. But what I'm going to do is, does everybody agree this is the width up here, right? And then we would call this down here what? The length, right? Does everybody agree with that? But then it says the length is what? What is the length, guys? Come on. 50 feet longer than it is wide. Yes, thank you. See, you can do this. The length is 50 more than it is wide. Does that make any sense, guys? Right? So the length is 54 or 50 feet more than it is wide. Now, it says here, the perimeter of the lot is 20 feet more than 5 times the perimeter of the house. So somebody tell me what the perimeter of the house is. What's the perimeter of the house? How much? Yeah, that's very good. Is 96. The perimeter of the house is 96. How did he get that? Added up all the sides, right? So now, the perimeter is 96. Everybody agree? Now, come on, guys. I need some help on this. If you need to take out your calculator, take out your calculator. The perimeter of the lot is 20 feet more than 5 times the perimeter of the house. What's the perimeter of the lot? Thomas? I can't hear you. Who else got 480? I didn't get 480. Come on now, Thomas, you're almost there. The perimeter of the lot is 20 feet more than 5 times, thank you, 500. So the perimeter of the lot is 500. So listen, guys, I appreciate that. Today was not bad. All right, so I want everybody to try to finish up 16 and 17. All right, everybody, I want all the answers through 17. Is everybody good with that? Try them, please. Joseph, that was good. All right, good job. Thomas, very good.
You posted the answers so we can check them.
No, I'm not posting the. You know why I'm not posting the answers? Because all people are doing is just copying down the answers. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, listen, I'll make sure you have the answers. All right, we'll go over it. All right?